Today we're going to be talking about my MLB The Show 22 franchise mode wish list. If you guys haven't already, go check out my video for my stadium creator wish list video. I'm going to have a card up on the screen, so definitely go check that out if you're interested. But let's get right into this video. Coming in at number 1, we have roster customization. I think this is a very important thing that MLB The Show should consider adding to the game in the future, because nowadays there are so many teams that have bullpen days, such as the Tampa Bay Rays, and there are plenty of other teams, and I think the Dodgers even did it during the World Series. So I think this is something that we should have the ability to do. Have up to 6 people in our rotation so we can do a bullpen day if we want. And so when players are tearing it up in AAA midway through the season, we don't have to wait until September to call them up, and we can just add them to the 6th spot in the rotation. Another thing that has been missing from the game is international free agents. This is something that everyone has been wanting for many years. Having the ability to sign players out of Japan, like the Rays' recent player Yoshi Tsutsugo, having the ability to do that would just be awesome, and it adds just that much more strategy to the game. Coming in at number 2, we have overhauled trades. This is something the game really needs. Having the ability to not only trade more than 3 players at a time, but having the ability to also trade with multiple teams, and adding cash considerations and even players to be named later as well. That would just be really awesome, because I mean, it happens in real life, and only being able to trade 3 players at a time is pretty annoying. And just imagine the really awesome blockbuster trades you can make at the deadline in franchise with other teams, and being able to add multiple teams within the trade. It just would be really awesome. Another thing that would be awesome is being able to sort players by stats. Being able to do that would be really awesome, because then you could see who has the most home runs, and then you can trade for them. And then as far as pitching, who has the best ERA, who has the most wins, stuff like that. Being able to sort it by that would be awesome. Maybe have it so it's by team who has the most home runs on each team, or have just an entire list, and you can go either switch by team, or you can switch by the entire league in having the top player all the way to the worst player. That would be really awesome. Coming in at number 3, we have ticket pricing, scenery effects, parking, merch, field upgrades, and more. That's a mouthful, but let's talk about it. So, something that we miss a lot from previous games is the ability to change our ticket pricing, the ability to sell merch from huge superstars. Also being able to change parking pricing, being able to upgrade our facility / field, and even upgrading the actual parking lot. Also, another awesome thing would being able to have vendors, so you can have ice cream vendors and change the pricing, but also have beer, have cotton candy, and you can change the pricing, hire as many as you want, also fire them. That would be cool. It just adds more to the game, more strategy, and it just makes it like you're actual owner of the team. Another thing that I want to talk about is an idea that I had from playing other simulation games. Take the Tampa Bay Rays, for example. They have a really great team. They won the AL East and American League Championship Series last year. Not only that, but they also made the World Series. The year before, they also made the playoffs. They have been a very consistent team lately, and they are blowing people away with how good they are. So, what's wrong with them is the fact that they have very low attendance. And the reason why is because their stadium location. Now, imagine that affecting the attendance at your ball game in franchise mode based on how your stadium looks, the scenery, your team performance, your superstars. Let's say you have a bunch of no-name players. That should affect how many people you have in the stands. Maybe also player performance. All of these things should factor in on your attendance, because it gets very, very boring when you have a sellout crowd every single game and you're like the Rockies, you're like, let's say 30 and like 90. Why are you gonna have a sellout crowd? That should affect how many people are in the stands. Another thing, parking pricing, of course, ticket pricing, and even the vendor pricing, stuff like that. So that is something that would be really awesome. There are many, many games that already have that, such as Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, where depending on how much the pricing is to get into the amusement park, that's how many people are going to go in. Same with rides. If rides cost a bunch of money, then not as many people are going to go on those rides. So I think this would be really, really awesome to have in MLB The Show franchise. For number 4, we have critical situations for other teams. This is something that I thought was pretty good and just overall would be pretty cool in franchise mode. Taking an idea from March to October and putting it in franchise. Of course, being able to turn this off would be also awesome for those who don't like it. But this right here is a pretty cool idea. Let's say you're controlling the Houston Astros and you're neck and neck with upstart Athletics for the AL West crown. The A's are playing the last place Texas Rangers towards the end of September. What if a critical situation found you playing as the division rival Rangers to take the series from the A's, since it would impact your own franchise playoffs chances? So imagine that. Being able to play as the Rangers, and maybe you'll win the game, maybe you'll lose it, and it all will impact your actual franchise at the end, making the playoff or even winning the division. And now imagine this. Adrian Beltre sitting at 2,999 hits in 2017. Even though he's on the Astros, jumping into Beltre player lock to get his 3,000th hit would be a wonderful refresher in an already varied experience. It would be interesting to see elements of March to October or even moments get folded into franchise mode in the future. For number 5, I think it would be really, really awesome to have draft classes. Being able to rename players currently in the draft and make a draft class just like custom rosters so other people can download them. So that way you can actually draft real life people in the upcoming draft. That would be just so much fun, being able to have mock drafts and stuff like that, just like in Madden. Being able to do that in franchise mode on the show would be just so awesome. For number 6, we have Rainouts and double headers. This is something that happens in real life, and honestly, why is it not in the show already? So imagine having a rain delay and not being able to finish that game, and then the next day you have a doubleheader, or you can even reschedule it for the future, or of course the game can reschedule it for the future. That would just be awesome, being able to look at the schedule and saying, hey, I have a doubleheader coming up. Maybe late September, having a doubleheader really could impact your playoff chances or even the division winner chances. So that right there would be just awesome, because obviously we have it in real life, so why not have it in the show? For number 7, we have better celebrations. So we obviously know a huge accomplishment in any sport is winning the championship series. That could be the World Series, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, whatever it may be. That is an absolutely huge accomplishment for any team. Now imagine being able to have a parade, a ring ceremony, and much more than just a normal walk-off celebration like we currently have. In Madden, we currently have the confetti falling from the sky, and sometimes we see them hoist the trophy in the air. Something like that would be cool for MLB because honestly, we don't have much, and I think it would be super cool to have just a cutscene of the parade and just stuff like that, just to add to it even more and make it more realistic. But anyway guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it and consider subscribing down below for more baseball content just like this. Also guys, if you have any suggestions or any ideas that you would like to see in franchise mode for MLB The Show 22, definitely drop a comment down below. What feature do you like from my list? Let me know as well. Other than that guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in my next one.